I think I may be way out my depth here. So we finally had our kitchen delivered. This is our design. As you know, this is a DIY channel and we try and do as much as we can. So we've decided to fit this whole kitchen ourselves. And it probably goes without saying, but I've never fitted a kitchen before. And yeah, to be honest, this is a lot to take on. I don't know what to expect really. I've watched as many videos as I can on YouTube, so I've got a rough idea. The first thing that I'm going to do is find the high point on the floor and then start with the base cabinets on that wall side first. And the reason I'm doing it that way is basically for the leg adjustments. So I don't want to, say for instance, start on this wall. By the time I've worked my way around to the other side of the wall, I might be on the max adjustment or the minimum adjustment for the legs. That's the first thing I picked up was, and I'm going to try and film as much as I can. I do have a tendency to stop filming when I'm stressed. So basically I need to just crack on with the first steps, which as I said was find the high point of the floor. I'm going to start from this corner and that's going to set my level up for the rest of the kitchen. Right, so I've just got this end panel on. I've scribed it to the wall. It's all cut to size and all fixed in. I haven't filmed it because it was the first one I'd ever done. So I'm going to film the next one, which is here. And to be fair, it wasn't that bad. But essentially, this cupboard is all fixed in with these plugs. The end panel is now screwed to this cupboard, and then I've put a couple of screws from this basin unit to that end panel. So it's kind of fixed into place now. There's going to be an end panel here at the same height as this one. The space I'm standing in is going to be the dishwasher. One thing I am struggling with is to sort of see what if it's square off the wall. So, for example, that cupboard there could be sort of leaning one way or the other because I'm technically going off the wall. But yeah, because this unit is lower down, I couldn't use a string or anything to come across. So I've kind of just had to go with it. Luckily, our walls have just pretty much been built recently. I've plasterboarded it and plastered myself, so I know that the walls are pretty level. I've seen other people use a string across the whole line of the units, and that's sort of how you work that out. So I've got the plan for reference. This unit number 9 is that one in the corner. What I'm basically doing next is I've got that one in, that end panel in, the basin unit in, and now I'm on to number 12, which is the other end support panel to create the opening for the dishwasher. So I'm going to show you how I fitted that end panel, scribed it against the wall. What I've just been doing is, once I've taken it out the box, I've just checked all the corners to just make sure that the one that will be on show is the best. Slide that up to it. So I've also got some pipes down the bottom, as you can see. We'll have to sort that as well. That was what the finished one looks like, and this is what the original looks like. So you can see it's quite a big difference here. What we need to do is get a door, make a mark of where the door sits, and then the distance that's left we need to cut off the other side. And that's basically how it works, because you want the nice finish left on this side. So the distance from here to the end is 4.8, and then I need to get the same on the bottom. Okay, so now try and clamp it in place. 4.8. Okay, so now that's equal distance all the way down. So this one's quite a tight space. I'm just going to use one of the drawer. So I'm just going to put that up to there. So I've made the marks of where the door will come to. So now I can get my scribe, and basically the distance from that mark I made to the end of this panel is what I need to cut off on the other side. Line that up there. So now that distance is transferred to my scribe. So now with my scribe, I can come up the wall, and basically I just want to make a mark from the top all the way down. So on the bottom, I'm not going to mess around too much. I'm just going to cut a little chunk out for the pipes, and then now I can cut all that mark that I've just made. To find my height, I've just used the long level and drawn a line across. So I'll put the panel back up now, make a mark on there, measure it, and then cut it from the bottom. And now that's it, pretty much. So that's bang on level, front, back and sides. At this point, all I need to do is fix the end panel from this side into there. So I'm moving over to this corner cupboard now. This is sort of my next mission. As I said, the dishwasher's going here, so what I need to do is leave a 60mm gap exactly. That has to be perfect. And then on here there'll be a corner trim, which is these things. Not the easiest looking thing to do. So that just goes something like this, basically. So that will have to go on. But I think first I'm gonna fit the door on this corner cupboard, and then I'll know where to set my corner up and everything. So I'm gonna go and grab the door, fit that, and then go from there. We had some audio issues with the last few clips, so I'm just gonna update of what I've done. As you can see here, I've fitted the door. I did try and talk about the hinges, but I'll have to talk about them on another section. I've also fitted this corner piece. So this comes in two sections. There's a section that butts up against the cabinet, and then also a section what I've just used some brackets on the back. The way I got that straight was I've ran a string line from the end cupboard, and what I wanted to achieve with this is to have it directly in line with these two end panels here. Whenever it touched this end, that's where I made my mark for it to join onto the corner. So I know that that's dead straight, top to bottom as well. So I've had to cut this down to size all the way to the wall, just so I can put another bracket in, and that just gives it extra sort of strength. And I think what I'm going to do, because the dishwasher's going here, is put another panel just in line there, so I couldn't actually screw the dishwasher to that as well. Also bought these spacer plugs, and basically I think from 30 to 50 millimeters, these are good for spacing out. So say at the back of the units like this here, you can put them down there at the spacing required, and then you can drill straight through. In the pack you get this 8mm drill bit with it. They are quite expensive, to be fair. I think they were like 12 quid for a pack of 10. It's saved me a lot of hassle using L brackets and stuff, so yeah, I would recommend these. Alright, so all the boring talking about out the way, we're going to move on to this side now. It might not look like it, but that is essentially where everything needs to be on this side of the room. There's a few things I need to do in this cupboard. I need to fit the corner optimizer and make a few adjustments to the door, which is quite annoying, but I'm not going to worry about that yet, because our worktop template people are coming on Monday. It's Saturday today, so we need to get this done at least by tomorrow. So yeah, I just need to put it into position, adjust everything so it's level with these cupboards. So when I move it, I'm trying to hold on the ends where it's got the support, or I'll grab it like here. So if I move this into position, so to get it exactly where I want it, I need to refer back to the plan. So I need to measure 650 from the wall, and then that's the start of the cupboard. So if I go to the corner, 650 is there, and if you can see, it's kind of off of this one, and the reason for that is because the corner trim basically makes up for that gap. I don't want to set this in position until I've put the corner trim in. I can't put the corner trim in until I've blanked the rest of this off. I need to fit the optimizer first and then work my way back till the point where I've got the corner, and then I can set this cupboard. This is how it works. So there's only one basket in at the minute, but there will be 4 altogether. So it pulls out, slides forward, and then there'll be another 2 baskets on this one. So that's essentially what it is, and that basically just allows you to fill the whole space of the cupboard, maximising the space basically. So now we're on to the corner trims, and this gives us the finishing touch when it's all complete, so you won't see any of this oak sort of colour. I'm aware that there's a few different types of ones that different companies do. The one we've got basically comes in a pack like this. So you've got this one and then this slightly smaller piece. This is around 6 centimeters, and this is what sets the corner. So this one will go on there, and then wherever I need it to be, this one will make up the corner. So to find out where to mount this to, I've just put the door on the top hinge. I can't do the bottom hinge yet, I need a special tool that Kira's gone out to get. So I've just marked where the door comes to here. I'm going to leave a couple mil gap and then mount that there. And as soon as that's on there, the remaining space here, I'm going to put the blanking piece over there just so no cans of beans fall out the bottom. Then I can get on my measurements to set this cupboard up, and then set where the corner needs to be. I am kind of learning on the job, so as I'm going through and as I'm doing it, if I pick up anything that I think is useful, I'll just mention it later on down the line. I've just got this blanking panel on now. I'm going to fix it to the wall this side. It's fixed in here with a few screws, and this tool I bought recently, I've tested it on areas where I definitely know where wires and pipes, etc. are, and it works bang on every time. So I can see the cables run down here, and it picks it up straight away. So basically I'm using this just so I can find the position of the L bracket that I need to put in for here. So green there, red there, which should give me just enough room to get my bracket in. So as I mentioned with the corner piece, what I had to do was I had to put the drawer face on this here, put it in position, mark where I want this piece to sit, and then you can see I've just used these L brackets here, and then that's going to be supported by that. And what I did was I screwed it in on the adjustment side there, so if I do need to move it back or forwards, I've got the option to. So we're on to the last unit now, and I realised that I haven't actually filmed the feet. There's not really much to them, but they come in a pack like this, and they basically just push into the hole under the cabinet. These are already pre-fitted, so yeah. Obviously we've got the adjustment on the feet as well. And then obviously this is pretty straightforward because it's only a small one, but just be careful not to bend it on the feet. So I'm going to get this in position in line with this one, and then I can fix that to the wall, those two together, and then that to the wall. So as you can see, the bin is in. The next part to this is we've got some brackets with the kit. So we've just found the door for it. I'm going to open this up. And basically we're just going to fit... Every box is open fine. As soon as I film it. Yeah. Yeah, basically we're just going to fit the brackets to this door. So it fits on there nicely. And it is starting to come together now. Made a few holes, you can see here. This is just a back panel that is removable if I need access, but obviously I've got my waste running to the outside. The feed for the dishwasher will be running off that, and then I've shortened those copper pipes just so I can get access to the isolation valves if needed. I'll give you a quick pan of the room of what stage we're at and what sort of our next steps are. So starting on this end, these are all pretty much into there. I've just found some MDF board in the garage, so I've just had to chop a bit up for the dishwasher base. The floor wasn't too level, and also I wanted to bring it up slightly. So I've done that now. Just need to fix it in with some concrete screws. But at the minute I've just used PU foam adhesive for that. So this is the dishwasher here. I've also made a hole through there so I can run my plug and my waste and feed through there. And then the large units, the fridge freezer is behind there. Nothing is fitted in yet. One thing I do need to do is sort of reinforce this area here, because if I can try and show you, it's not the strongest at the minute. So this back end here is sort of wobbling all over the place. In terms of front to back, it's all fixed in on all three sides. So there's no movement forward or backwards. It's just the end pieces here aren't the strongest. So what I've planned to do is space them out all the way along with a few pieces of CLS, and I've got the space plugs as well. I've got really long screws. I think I bought 130mm screws. So I'm going to fix them into the wall all the way. Same this side. And that'll basically just give me the strength that I want. I'm not sure if it's needed. There's nothing to say on the fitting instructions, but I'm just going to do that for sort of my peace of mind. And I don't really want the door feeling like it's got any shake to it. And obviously this is our house, we're living in it while all this work's going on, so we haven't had a kitchen for probably 4 months. Well, 3 months. We can't use the sink until the worktop's in because the tap goes on the worktop. I can hopefully do all the plumbing for the sink, and that will basically allow me to put the waste from the dishwasher into the trap for the sink. So we'll have a dishwasher basically. So who needs a sink when you've got a dishwasher? So a lot of waffling on there. I'm trying to just explain what I've done because there's been a little bit of a gap with the filming. Yeah, so the dishwasher, oven and fridge, etc. next, once we've got the electrics done.